In the heart of ancient Mesopotamia, where the Tigris River whispered secrets and the sun cast long shadows upon colossal walls, lay the grandeur of Nineveh. A city of opulence and hidden vices, its labyrinthine streets cradled tales of indulgence beneath the guise of innocence. In this vibrant metropolis, the marketplace bustled with merchants hawking exotic wares, precious gems, spices, and pleasures that enticed with a seductive allure. However, beneath the facade of commerce, forbidden indulgences thrived, and the city's sin-filled population revelled in the allure of temptation. This foreboding city, so close to Israel and ruled over by the ever-expanding Assyrian Empire, didn't go unnoticed by God. To combat this, a reluctant prophet named Jonah received a divine command that echoed through the recesses of his being. "Arise, go to Nineveh," the voice of God thundered. "Cry out against it, for their wickedness has come up before me." Fear etched across his face. Jonah found himself wandering aimlessly, grappling with a calling he yearned to ignore. "Nineveh, I cannot bear this task," he whispered to himself, the weight of the divine message pressing upon his reluctant shoulders. Fearing the magnitude of his mission, Jonah's steps quickened towards the bustling port city of Joppa. There, amidst the clamour of sailors preparing their ships, Jonah sought refuge from the divine command. His eyes scanned the vessels, and he approached a group of sailors preparing to embark on a ship bound for the distant haven of Tarshish. "To Tarshish," Jonah declared to the sailors, a plea underlying his words, "as far from Nineveh as possible." The sailors, accepting Jonah's fare, welcomed him aboard the ship. With each step on the creaking wooden planks, Jonah distanced himself from the divine calling that beckoned him to the heart of Nineveh. The ship set sail into open waters, leaving behind dry land and the weight of the prophet's burden. As the vessel sailed further away, a storm began to brew on the horizon. Dark clouds gathered, and the once calm sea transformed into a tempestuous battleground. The ship, now tossed like a leaf in a tumultuous stream, groaned under the wrath of the tempest. In the midst of the chaos, Jonah descended into the depths of the ship, seeking refuge from the storm. The sailors, realizing the severity of the tempest, cast lots to unveil the cause of their misfortune. The lots pointed accusingly at Jonah, and the sailors, faces etched with concern, confronted the reluctant prophet. "Please tell us, for whose cause is this trouble upon us? What is your occupation? And where do you come from? What is your country? And of what people are you?" "I am a Hebrew," Jonah confessed, his voice carried away by the howling wind. "I fear the Lord, the God of heaven, who made the sea and the dry land." The sailors, recognizing the divine hand in the tempest, faced a dilemma. Reluctantly, they accepted Jonah's fate as the catalyst for their misfortune. Jonah, awash with guilt, spoke up. "Pick me up and throw me into the sea," he shouted, "and it will become calm. I know that it is my fault that this great storm has come upon you." Instead, the men did their best to row back to land. They strained against the raging current, but the sea grew even wilder than before, halting their progress. The sailors, stuck in a dilemma, cried out to the Lord, "Please, Lord, do not let us die for taking this man's life. Do not hold us accountable for killing an innocent man, for you, Lord, have done as you pleased." Their prayers were left unanswered. With a sense of desperate unity, they seized Jonah and, in a bid to appease the divine wrath, cast him into the raging sea. As Jonah plunged into the abyss, a profound stillness settled upon the ship. The tempest, as if satiated by the act, began to abate. The once roiling sea transformed into a deceptive calm, and the sailors, eyes wide with awe, watched as an otherworldly presence emerged from the depths. A colossal whale, a creature of mythical proportions, surged from the sea, its cavernous mouth yawning open. In a surreal ballet of survival and divine intervention, Jonah found himself encased within the belly of the whale. Jonah's senses adapted to the alien environment. A phosphorescent glow emanated from the bioluminescent creatures that called the whale's belly home, casting an ethereal light upon the watery expanse. Strange, otherworldly shapes flitted through the shadows, revealing a hidden ecosystem thriving within the confines of the Leviathan. As Jonah sought to fathom the extraordinary circumstances that enveloped him, a deep sense of introspection took root. In the solitude of the whale's belly, he grappled with the consequences of his defiance. The tempest of his own internal struggles mirroring the storm he had tried to escape. Days turned into nights within the aquatic sanctuary, and Jonah's soul underwent a transformation. The walls of the whale's belly bore witness to his prayers, pleas for forgiveness, and vows of obedience. The once defiant prophet now humbled himself in the belly of this mysterious creature, grappling with the profound realization that escape from the divine will was futile. Then, in a moment of divine grace, the belly of the whale expelled Jonah onto the shores near Nineveh, the very destination he had sought to avoid. As Jonah stood on the beach, seaweed clinging to his garments, he felt a renewed sense of purpose. The transformative journey within the belly of the whale had reshaped not only his perspective, but also his understanding of the mercy that could flow from divine intervention. Gazing towards the horizon, Jonah took a deep breath, the salty air filling his lungs. The divine message still echoed within him, and with newfound resolve, he began the arduous journey towards Nineveh. The city of Nineveh sprawled before Jonah, its towering walls casting long shadows over the landscape. The once reluctant prophet, now marked by his surreal sojourn within the belly of the whale, stood at the threshold of the very place he had sought to evade. With each step, the resonance of his sandaled feet against the ancient ground echoed like a rhythmic heartbeat, a reminder of the transformative journey that had led him here. News of Jonah's arrival spread through the city like wildfire. The people, with a mix of curiosity and trepidation, gathered to witness the man who emerged from the sea. Jonah, compelled by the weight of his divine mission, ascended a prominent place within the city and proclaimed the message he had once sought to shun. "The city shall be overthrown!" His voice, now resonant with an authority born from the belly of the whale, reverberated through the ancient streets. The words hung heavy in the air, pregnant with the gravity of impending judgment. To Jonah's surprise, and perhaps even his dismay, the response from the people was nothing short of astonishing. From the commoner to the noble, a wave of repentance swept through Nineveh like an unstoppable tide. The king himself, stripped of his royal robes and adorned in sackcloth, issued a proclamation. "Let everyone call urgently on God. Let them give up their evil ways and their violence. Who knows? God may yet relent and with compassion turn from his fierce anger so that we will not perish." The atmosphere of the city shifted, its pulse quickening with the sincerity of collective contrition. Fasting became a communal ritual, and even the animals joined in the symbolic act of repentance. Nineveh, once steeped in wickedness, now bowed beneath the weight of humility. Witnessing the city's response, Jonah grappled with the complexity of divine mercy. The God who had pursued him relentlessly, even into the belly of a whale, now extended that mercy to the very people he had deemed unworthy. The impending judgment that had echoed in his proclamation transformed into an unexpected narrative of redemption. Seeing their genuine repentance, God decided not to bring the calamity upon them, demonstrating his mercy and compassion to those who genuinely seek him.